Well, what a super Sunday was it? Rockstar Jadeja wins it for CSK versus RCB. And the night game, I actually missed my prayer because I was sad that RCB had lost. So I just went into my room and slept off. So today morning, got it to know that Hyderabad and Delhi came out of a super over. I never knew Super Sunday it was, and it was exciting game yesterday. I missed it, but tell me about yesterday's game. Both games, Super Sunday was it?
Yeah, it was really brilliant because yesterday, if you come to the CSK and RCB game, it was Jadeja. The way he hit the last over, I was really shocked because I thought the CSK might get over to only 160 or somewhat at that total. But the way Jadeja hit Harshal Patel, it was really exciting for me. As a CSK fan, I was really excited there. And then in the evening match, if you see, I was thinking that SRH will win it away. I was thinking in the last over because I thought they will just finish off because it was really easy for them. But the way Delhi came back into the game, the last over, the way because we have seen the both matches, the last overs were very important. So that is what I felt. And the way super over also came because in the super over when Sunrisers Hyderabad was batting, the last ball they actually took 2 runs, but the batsman, one of the batsmen, he didn't put the bat over the crease. He just put it a little bit outside, so they didn't give 1 run, and that 1 run cost them dearly. So I felt it was everything was so planned, and it was every run was very important yesterday in both the games.
Yeah, indeed, a Super Sunday was it. Okay, we'll talk about yesterday's afternoon game first. I had watched it till the end, and I was sad that RCB had lost. As an RCB fan, I always supported. I thought they will come back into the game after RCB lost Padikal, Virat, but they never came into the game back. So we'll talk about yesterday's afternoon game. CSK won by 69 runs. CSK batted first, 191 for 4, and then RCB in response 122 for the loss of 9 wickets. CSK started well their batting. Maitreya Gaikwad 33, Duplessis 50, and then RCB started taking wickets in that middle overs 10 to 14. Ravindra Jadeja came in, was dropped on 0 by Christian, and that was costly. And he hit 62 runs. It's just his second half century and record breaking last over. Maitreya, I couldn't believe 37 runs of the last over that he had bowled. Harshal Patel, the purple cap holder of this season's IPL, and before the 3 overs he bowled before the last over, he had taken 3 wickets, considered only 11 runs, and when he came into the final over, giving 37 runs, 36 runs Jadeja hit, 1 was no ball, but excellent. The last over, exciting. Talk me on that last over.
Yeah, that last over, I was seeing it live. So it was really exciting because when Harshal Patel came to bowl, the way he bowled the previous overs, I felt CSK is gone. I felt they'll come to a low target, and I thought RCB will finish it off. But the way Jadeja batted, that was the wonder there because hitting Harshal Patel, even though he's a purple cap holder, when a bowler, and how much ever big the bowler is, how much ever talented he is, when he is hit for a 6 for the first ball itself, I feel there'll be a lot of pressure. And Jadeja, I was just thinking of at that time Yuvraj Singh hitting the 6 sixes. It was just like that because he was hitting around the stadium everywhere, each and every ball he was hitting. So I really saw Yuvraj Singh and Jadeja. So it was really exciting there the last over. I thought Harshal Patel would make a comeback. Somehow he will try to come back, but we have seen Harshal Patel was in a lot of pressure. So that was due to his inexperience. Though he's a talented bowler, I feel he needs to get more experience to bowl in the death over so that he can control when he's being even hit for 6s. So I feel that inexperience costed Harshal Patel, but his talent is there because otherwise he's a really good bowler. We have seen the other 3 bowlers the way he bowled. So that last over I feel was RCB's turning point. RCB and CSK, that match full was depending on that 1 over because I feel RCB, if they would have, if the total would have been about 160 for CSK, I feel RCB would have easily hit off because though they hit only 122 now, that was because they saw the target as 192. So they were trying to hit shots from the beginning and they became out. But if they would have seen the target as 160 or only 150, then they would have been more optimistic. And if they would not go for the big shots right away. They would start slowly and hit the shots, and they'll continue. So I felt that target, though it was 190, the target, I felt put a lot of pressure on the RCB batsmen. So I felt that 1 over change turned the whole match upside down.
Yeah, Jadeja was excellent. Beat fielding, beat batting, we have seen, and bowling. He took 3 wickets, and the major wickets, AB de Villiers and Glenn Maxwell, and he also took Washington Sundar. So, all round performance from Jadeja, right?
Yeah, it was looking as if it was not CSK versus RCB. It was looking like Jadeja versus RCB. Everywhere in the field, Jadeja was. While fielding, if you come, Jadeja. Batting, it was Jadeja. Then bowling also Jadeja. So it was looking like Jadeja versus RCB, not CSK versus RCB. So Jadeja really proved his worth this match. I feel in the T20 format, in the Test, he has been doing very nicely. So he got injured in the in the Australia series. He got injured. So after that, he couldn't make it. And again, he came back for the Test series. Again, he got injured. So it was whenever chances he got, he was really performing. So he shows that even after injury, I feel he's more consistent and is continuing the same form. So that's what he has shown by this performance. He looks as if he's the most valuable player in the IPL. So I really like the way Jadeja is a complete player. Only wicket keeping is left. That's what many people are saying. So everywhere, bowling, batting, fielding, everywhere, Jadeja was there in yesterday's match.
Maybe you can give Jadeja gloves also.
Yeah.
Yeah, then RCB batting, they started well, Maitreya. Virat Kohli hit 1-4. And then Padikkal actually started very well, 34 of 15. He was hitting boundaries, 2 sixes and 4 fours. And also they were going with a good run rate in the first 4 overs until Virat's wicket fell. Sam Curran took his wicket. I think that was a changing point, the defining point of the whole innings that RCB batted. And after Sundar came in, then he became out. Maxwell tried, didn't work. Then ABD also became out. So wickets kept falling at good intervals, and that was the end for RCB's innings. And one thing, if I look back at this game, and I think RCB, they know they have the loopholes, they have their, they have the solutions, but they're going with those loopholes. See, at 3, you're Washington Sundar, you tried out Shabazz Ahmed, but you also have some players like Finn Allen. You can try out them, but you're trying and going with those same loopholes that there are the loopholes, but they're trying and going there. So I think RCB, they have the solutions, but they're going and trying the same thing. Washington Sundar is an absolute very good batsman, but I don't see him as a T20 batsman. In test series, he has been absolutely very brilliant. Many half centuries, but I don't see him as a T20 batsman. I see him as a power play bowler who can take wickets, who can be economical, but I don't see him as a batsman who can bat at number 3 or open the innings. So I think that's one thing that RCB needs to look in and try and get Finn Allen, because the bowling has been so far good. Except for the yesterday's match, it's been good. You can't say just because of yesterday's game that RCB's bowling was bad, but they're going with more than 7 bowlers every game. So why don't they try out Finn Allen to come in? Daniel Christian is an absolute very good player, but we have seen in the BBL, but I don't see him hitting very good scores in IPL. So I think you can try out Daniel Sams or bring Finn Allen at 3. They have the loopholes. They're not trying out the solutions. Talk me on this.
Yeah, till now they won every match until yesterday. So that is the reason I feel they continued with them, because they felt even though the loopholes are there, I felt they continue to win. So they felt there's no need to repair them, because if they continue them, they felt the team management felt that they can continue to win and continue the streak. But yesterday we have seen how it costed them. So I feel now when a loss comes for a team, I feel it's a learning point for every team, because as a win is important. I feel you can't keep on winning, because one loss will tell you how much, what are the mistakes a team has done, you look into them and repair the team. So I feel a loss is very important as a win, but not too many losses. So it will be a realization point for RCB. That's one thing. So they can come back stronger in the next game and see what mistakes have been done and correct them and bring the new players. So I feel this is a big learning point because this is in the early stage of IPL. It's not a very late stage. It's a starting of the middle stage and it's ending of the early stage. So I feel if they start at this point, make those changes, I feel they can continue the winning streak. So that's the point. So this failure is a very good learning point for them. They can learn a lot of things. They can bring in the good batsmen. They bring in the right players. So they can seal all the loopholes and fix everything. So that is the gain they have got from this match, I feel.
And one more thing I found out from RCB is that Maitreya, I think RCB they didn't bowl more overs with the spinners. So RCB bowled only 5 overs with the spinners, Chahal 3 and Washington Sundar 2. And CSK they bowled 8 overs. But do you look back and say that's a mistake then? Because Dhoni, he brought in Imran Tahir instead of Ingdi, who was very good the previous match he played. He took 3 wickets, but he brought in Imran Tahir. Maybe Dhoni predicted the pitch had favored spin, and that's the reason why Imran Tahir came in. So should RCB have bowled more overs with the spinners?
Yeah, I feel that's a really good point to look into because yesterday I feel the spinners were effective. If you see, though RCB spinners had been hit, but I feel though if you look into compare with the fast bowlers, I feel the spinners were a bit effective because they had taken wickets. If you see for the both teams, Chahal had taken one wicket for RCB, but the other spinners didn't. But for CSK, if you see, I feel it was more effective because I feel one thing the CSK spinners were effective was because of the pressure the RCB batsmen had, and also that these spinners, like if you see Jadeja and Imran Tahir, they can turn the ball. They have a lot of turn when they bowl. So I feel that was a big change. I feel Washington Sundar doesn't have that much turn as if you see compared to Jadeja, or the deception is not there in Washington Sundar's bowling more than Chahal has that, but Chahal was expensive yesterday. That's not the point, but he took a wicket. So I feel Chahal had bowled considerably well, but if you look into Washington Sundar, he doesn't have that spin, that deception that takes wickets. So I feel that is what he has to improve. That large turn there, sudden turns. So I feel that part is missing. Though he's economical, he takes wickets, but that is where we should look into. I feel for RCB spinners. That's why they were unsuccessful yesterday. But as I said, I feel he should have brought in the spinners because the fast bowlers were being hit. If you see, Jameson was being hit. Saini was being hit. It was Mohammad Siraj who controlled in the beginning, but Siraj also was hit. So I feel the spinners would have controlled if they would have been brought in the middle overs at that point of time. They would have controlled there. So it would have kept low run rate there. So he should have brought in. That was a mistake, as you have pointed out. So I feel the next match he will continue and try to bring in the spinners early according to the pitch the next match, according to conditions. So I feel that's how they will react to the next match.
And Maitreya, we are seeing the same old Chennai that we saw 2 years back. 2020, a very bad season for them. How are you excited, for this season as a CSK fan?
I'm very excited because all these, they have veterans in their team as well as youngsters in their team. So I feel it is really good because the youngsters are performing as well as the veterans are also performing. Like Suresh Raina is performing, you can see. And then Dhoni might not be giving with the bat, but as a captain, his decisions are really important. As a wicket keeper, he's doing really good. So I feel all these players like Bravo perform well, and then Jadeja, he has been playing for so many years. He has performed well. So I feel, as you have said, that winning team for CSK has come back. I feel last year how bad they were. I feel this year that good they are. So I feel last year how much luck wasn't there on their side. I feel this year so much luck is there on their side as well as the form. All the players have come back to form there, though they are not playing in Chennai or their home ground. I feel they have come back to form there. So I feel that's really important for all the players because coming back to form is more important because all these players, if you see the young players, especially have to be really careful because like Sam Curran, Jadeja, these are the players who have to perform every match because we can't expect players like MS Dhoni, Suresh to perform every match because now they've grown old. They've given more than 200 matches in IPL. So I feel it's time they take a back seat and allow the youngsters to come up. So I feel that is the thing they are planning to do. So I feel players like all these veterans and the youngsters combined together and gave a good innings yesterday, good match yesterday. So it was a great to see them like how they were in 2018. They were called the Dad's Army, but they won the 2018 IPL Cup. So I feel they're in the same situation this year with the same wins they're getting, the same players, the same performance. So I feel that's really fantastic. I really love that.
Well, that's our review for Chennai Super Kings versus RCB. Rockstar Jadeja. Now we'll continue to talk about Delhi Capitals versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. As I said, they came out of the super over, and DC win versus SRH in the super over. And DC batted first. Delhi Capitals. Prithvi Shaw, absolute very good innings from him. 53 of 39. Rishabh Pant came in 37 of 27. Steven Smith 34 of 25. And they scored 159 for 4. And then SRH, they opened with Bairstow and Warner. Bairstow started well. And then absolute clash from Williamson, 66. And then the middle order struggled and surprised from Suchit, 14 of 6 balls. And that forced Delhi to go into a super over. And then SRH came. They batted 7 in 6 balls and DC 8 in 6 balls. So DC win the super over. And Maitreya, SRH will look back to this match and say they made some mistakes. First thing is they didn't open the super over with Bairstow. Second, they left out Manish Pandey. Third, Samad was injured, so they couldn't play him in the middle orders. So they will look to these 3 mistakes, right?
Yeah, I feel when after looking at this match, it was very close. Both the teams, it was very close. Even the super over was really close. So I thought when they hit only 7 runs in the super over, when SRH hit, I thought Delhi will finish it off in 2 balls. But they took till the 6 balls they took to finish. So I felt it was a really close match. Both the teams had done mistakes. Both the teams had done correct. So I felt SRH was more mistake. They did more mistakes because if you see the middle order, as I said, has collapsed fully there because only Williamson was there to protect them. Otherwise, I feel it was fully collapsed. So as you have said, bringing in Manish Pandey, I feel was a really good move. And then I feel it was Kane Williamson who had caught the hold of the innings. But otherwise, I feel their batsmen in the starting itself, Warner was out. I felt that was a thing. I felt in the fall of the wickets, I feel that was the main thing because after Warner became out, I feel it took time for them to adjust and bat. But after Bairstow became out, I felt it was a fall of wickets. Williamson from one end tried to stop, but it was a fall of wickets. And then I felt, as you have said, I felt they should have been Manish Pandey because for so many matches for SRH, Manish Pandey controlled and did so. I felt Manish Pandey should have been there, as you have said, and Abul Samad is a big hitter, and since he wasn't there, I felt it was a big loss for them. So all these points I've said, I feel are really correct, and the way I've seen SRH had a lot of pressure, though it was only 160 target. They had a lot of pressure from the beginning. So I felt it was Kane Williamson's innings that saved SRH that yesterday. So and their bowling also, if you see, Khalil Ahmed was very expensive, while the other bowlers were okay. They were doing good, but I felt Khalil Ahmed was very expensive there. And Prithvi Shaw's start and Shikhar Dhawan, the start that they had, I felt made a lot of difference. I feel there. So I feel the start was very important, which SRH didn't have. And then the middle, I felt Steve Smith, Rishabh Pant controlled a lot and batted. So I felt that was not there from the SRH middle order. So that's what their mistake. I felt the biggest mistake was the middle order there collapsing. Even Kedar Jadhav, who came in, couldn't, with a lot of experience, I felt he couldn't withhold there. So I felt the middle order, I feel, should be more balanced, and they should continue the next match to bat in form and control the situation when the wickets fall.
Or do you look back and say that Bairstow should have opened in the super over because they went with Williamson, and we have seen previously that New Zealand beat New Zealand, whichever teams Williamson plays, they lose the super over. You see versus India, the T20, the two T20 super overs beat the World Cup final. That always happens. Not saying the luck, but also that Bairstow can hit very big in the you know is very good when pressure is on him.
Yeah. So I felt they should have taken Bairstow because the start he gave, I felt though Warner became out, he continued the aggressive way, 38 in 18 balls. So I felt he should have taken because he's an aggressive batsman and I felt he knows how to hit better than Williamson because Williamson, though he hit 1-4, I felt it was they should have taken Bairstow in place of Williamson or in place of Warner they should have taken Bairstow. So Bairstow and Williamson could have battled. So I felt not bringing in Bairstow, as I've said also, I felt is a really big problem because in the Super Over, at least I felt they were taken the big hitter there in the batting side, and the big hitter was Bairstow, not Williamson. Or Williamson is a balanced batsman, but Bairstow is a brutal batsman, a radical batsman. So I felt they should have taken Bairstow there.
Yeah, right. So we'll have a look at the points table, Maitreya. CSK are on the top and followed by DC and then RCB. All these three top teams, they have the same points, but net run rate matters. And then Mumbai, then you have the following team. So it will get shuffled for the rest of the season too. But now we will preview Kolkata Knight Riders versus Punjab Kings. So, Maitreya, we are seeing a brand new venue, Ahmedabad, in this IPL 2021 season, match number 21. And let's go with KKR. What changes do you expect? I'm sure Ferguson comes in and Narayan leaves. But do you expect a second spinner to come in? Because they are playing in Ahmedabad. Do you want someone like Pawan Negi who could bat well, or someone like Kuldeep Yadav?
I felt, as I said, Ferguson's change is compulsory because for their team now, I feel they need one bowler who can control. Because as I said, Pat Cummins isn't able to control; he's not able to bowl economically. So I feel Ferguson is a must come in. He must come in. So and Kuldeep Yadav or Pawan Negi, I felt they should give Kuldeep Yadav a chance because I feel Kuldeep Yadav deserves a chance. The way he has played for India for more than 100 matches, then he has played for KK for so many matches. So I felt they need to give him a chance. But if you see, I felt Pawan Negi. If you see, I felt Pawan Negi has that batting also in him. So I felt they need a batsman also that will give them a batting depth. So it's a really tough choice to make between those two. But I prefer Kuldeep Yadav because he deserves a chance and he should get it because I feel if they give him one chance, I feel he can prove himself. It can be a confidence booster for him to make a comeback. So I felt Kuldeep Yadav should be taken.
And do you want Russell to get promoted up the order?
Yeah, I feel Russell can get promoted up the order. I feel Morgan should go down the order because Morgan isn't performing well, and I feel in the middle, I feel Russell can come in because Russell, if he touches the ball itself, I feel it's going for a six. So that is Russell's strength, and the timing also he has. So I felt Morgan is now not in form, though he's a captain. He plays every match as a because he's a captain. I felt if he wasn't the captain, he would have been dropped from the team long ago. So I feel they should, at least as a responsible captain, seeing his own batting form, I feel should step down the order and give Russell to come up because Russell is playing good and Dinesh Karthik is also hitting. So I feel they both can really do good in the middle overs. So I feel really Morgan should step down. That's a must change for them.
And Maitreya, KKR, Kolkata Knight Riders, they don't play the power play well. They're batting. You see Nitish Rana, he hit one match 80, not talking about that, but, is not able to give that big starts. And Shubman Gill, is giving those starts, but, becoming out. So, we have talked about this a lot of times. Shubman Gill needs to be there for Kolkata Knight Riders, but talk me again on this. Nitish Rana also needs to, give those big starts. In the power play, they are hitting very low scores. They need to accelerate that, right?
Yeah, I feel they need to start from the beginning, and when they start, also I feel they should play carefully and start because Nitish Rana, we have seen many matches he has played, but Gill especially, he's giving us stats like he's hitting 10-15 runs, but after that he's going away. So I feel he should continue to bat more, hit at least 35 to 40 runs there, be there. So I feel the start is very important for any team there in the batting side. The start is very important. So I feel Nitish Rana has been in the form. I feel compared to Gill, I feel he's in better form. So coming to Gill, I feel he should play responsibly instead of going for the shots straight away. I feel he should take time and instead of going for the shots recklessly, he should wait for the loose ball and go because every bowler cannot bowl perfectly as if in 1 over there is not even one loose ball. So I feel when he gets the chance to see the loose ball, I feel he should play it very nicely. So every ball, I feel he should defend well or hit nicely. So I feel losing the wicket there is a really big problem for Kolkata. And I feel that should be the case there. They should not lose a wicket and they should be protecting the wicket because the start is really important. So I feel that is where they should look into.
Yeah, we'll move on to Punjab Kings. The Punjab Kings are coming out from a win. The last match versus Mumbai Indians. So they're playing in Chennai. I don't see any changes. I don't think there will be any changes. They're going to play the same. What I think is that because I think they're going to play Fabian Allen and Hendricks. So they're all rounder. The batting depth comes in. But do you want David Malan to come in for Nicholas Puran? We have talked it a lot of times on this show. But do you want, because Nicholas Puran didn't bat last match, we can't say that we need David Malan to come in. But do you want?
Yeah, I really want David Malan because, as I've said so many times, I feel Nicholas Puran, we have given enough chances. He's not performing at all. So I feel if David Malan comes in, I feel they can use him because they're not even thinking to give him a chance. I feel that is really sad because he's a talented player. Any team, other teams will be wanting him because after seeing his career averages, his career records, I feel anyone will want him. So I feel him coming to a team and sitting on the bench for all these matches while one player is not performing well. So I feel that's really not right, and they need to give a change because when a player is not performing, I feel they need to step up and take him out because they've given him enough chances and he's not performing. 3 ducks he has. So I felt David Malan should come in because he's a talented player, and I feel once they give him a chance, I feel he'll prove himself. So that should be the thing. They're not willing to give a chance. That's really sad. So I feel he deserves to get the chance and he should get it this match. I feel he should really get it.
Yeah, well, what's your prediction, by the way, Maitreya?
So if you look into the last 5 matches that Punjab and Kolkata have played, Punjab has won only 1 and Kolkata has won 4. But right now I feel Punjab has come to a form and I feel more than Kolkata Knight Riders, I feel Punjab Kings are back in form. So I feel it's Punjab Kings who will win. That's what I predict.
Yeah, I think Punjab Kings will win because KL Rahul is in good form, and I hope someone like Mayank Agarwal and Chris Gayle to join the party too. And well, that's our prediction, and that's our preview for KKR versus Punjab Kings. Hope you like it, and please subscribe to our podcast wherever you're listening this all.